Hello, everyone. Welcome to Therapeutic Yoga. Today, I have one intention in mind, and that is to help each and every one of you that have an aging spine and have ever heard from a doctor, a physical therapist, or some healthcare provider that you have spinal stenosis, particularly in your low back. So here's the deal. Spinal stenosis is actually a normal part of aging. Our bone, in case you did not know that, is a living organism. Unfortunately, with age, we stress our backs too much. It builds excess bone, and then we have a pickle because nerves end up not having enough space. So today's entire class is going to be about helping our low back nerves have more space. So what you're going to need is a chair. We're going to start doing 2 exercises in sitting to really, honestly, if you've got back pain, leg pain, and you know you've got spinal stenosis, doing just these 2 things alone can save a lot of back pain from happening. But then we're going to get down to the mat, use our bolster, and use our yoga strap. Okay, so have yourself in a comfortable seated position with about half of your chair, half of your leg on the chair, half of your leg off the chair. Here's what you need to do for you, dependent on your height. Take a look down on the chair or whatever you're sitting on right now, and just make sure you've got a couple inches of the chair that you can see near your pelvic area. Once you've got that, what I want you to do is I want you to take your legs wider than the chair. So in the physical therapy world, where I live a lot of time, we do something called a Williams flexion exercise. There's 2 purposes with this exercise. 1, to stretch out the back muscles that are overstressed. 2, to create space where nerves need space. So we're going to do this exercise 2 times. The first time, just so that you can understand how your body should flex. Second time, we're really going to incorporate the breathing into it. So place your hands on top of your thighs. Sit yourself nice and tall to begin with. Lengthen through the back of the neck and let that chin settle down into your throat. Start to shut off some of those extensor muscles. Normal breathing here. Slowly begin to take your chin and curl your neck as your chin comes down to your chest. Then start to move your rib cage. So start at the top of your rib cage, and inch by inch by inch by inch, continue to curl your rib cage down. At that point, your shoulders should be somewhere over your knees. And then go to your low back and let your belly slowly fold inwards as inch by inch you drop yourself. Elbows now bent, shoulders below the knees, if you can get there. And then, if you can get there, drop your hands towards the floor. Now, if your hands or your fingertips cannot touch the floor, keep your hands on your thighs or place something on the floor to support your hands. Okay, now this is the important part of this particular exercise to help that low back pain. You have to let your head drop. So drop your chin into your chest, look straight back behind you, no matter where that is. I promise if you do this every day, it'll get to the point that you can see further back behind you. Now, when you reverse your curl, you have to push into your feet first. You'll feel the muscles of your pelvis and your leg engage. And then just like you inch by inch by inch, allowed yourself to go down inch by inch by inch, you bring yourself back up, keeping the chin gently settled, you bring your head all the way into the upright position. Okay, so that's the mechanics of how to do seated forward fold if we live in the yoga world, Williams flexion exercise if we live in the PT world. So now let's do it, and let's incorporate some really good diaphragmatic breathing in the forward fold. All right, sitting nice and tall, lengthen through the back of your neck, settle your chin. Slowly curl the chin to the chest. Inch by inch, begin to curl the rib cage downward. You're stretching out the low back muscles as you do that. Inch by inch, slowly bend the low back. Get into the pelvis, get into the hips, and let the hips bend as much as they can. Keep the chin to the chest, drop your hands downward.
Wherever you get to, that is where you should be today. Now, think about where your belly button is. Take a nice deep inhale into your belly button. And then exhaling out. Inhale into your belly button. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into your belly button. And exhaling out. All right, let's reverse our curl. Push into your feet. Start to use your abdominals. Tuck your tailbone under, inch by inch. Slowly curl yourself back upward. Keep that chin to the chest until that rib cage is upward. And then slowly bring your head back into the upright position. Seriously, doing just that alone every single day. If you've got back pain related to aging and spinal stenosis, you will see a decrease in your back pain and maybe, just maybe, in your nerve pain. All right, so a couple of things about that exercise, just as a warning. If you've had lots of ocular surgeries or eye surgeries where pressures are a problem, please speak to your optometrist or your doctor to make sure that you can do repeated forward bends. Secondly, if you get any sort of dizziness or shortness of breath when you're doing that exercise, it's because you're holding your breath. So make sure you breathe. It is a yoga class, for goodness sake. Okay. So allow yourself to turn yourself 90 degrees to the left. Once you get yourself there, I want you to drop your right knee down. So the closer you can get your knee directly underneath the hip, the better the chance you have of opening up all of this tightness in the front of your hip that's causing you to overuse this low back in the first place. So place your left hand onto your thigh, right hand onto your pelvis. In this position, take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone under, feel the opening through the front of the hip and the thigh. Now just take a deep inhale into your belly, exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into the belly, exhaling out. One more breath here, nice deep inhale. Keep that tuck, guys. And exhaling out. Wonderful. Release the pelvic tilt. Gently rotate yourself to the opposite side. Place the right foot underneath the knee. Drop the left knee underneath the hip. Get it as much in alignment as you possibly can. Keep a hand on the thigh just so the rib cage doesn't go backwards and you tighten up. The whole intention of us loosening up. Place the left hand up onto the pelvis. Okay, here we go on the opposite side. Take a nice deep inhale here. On your exhale, tuck your tailbone under as much as you can. Use that pelvic tilt. Feel the opening through the front of the thigh. Okay, 3 slow, deep breaths here. Nice deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Wonderful. Release that pelvic tilt. Slowly allow yourself to either stay there or flip over back to the other side and gently drop yourself down onto one knee. Now, once you drop yourself down onto your knees, you can gently move the chair off to the side. Once you move the chair off to the side, gently bring yourself into hands and knees pose. As you move yourself into hands and knees pose, we're dealing with spinal stenosis today, so we don't want to do a lot of extension. We don't want to do a lot of a cow pose. So just imagine if your spine was aging and you had low back pain, you're going to take yourself and not do too much of the dropping of the belly today. Just give it a try and see how your back feels for the rest of the day. So line up your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Then in that position, stay where you are. Keep your spine fairly straight. Take an inhale and sink just your belly. See if you can take your belly and move it without letting your spine move. Okay, now on the exhale, pull the belly up and in and arch the spine up as much as you can. Tuck the tailbone. Beautiful. As you inhale, bring your spine close to neutral. Let your belly sink downward. As you exhale, pull that belly up and in and really arch and tuck. Wonderful. One more time here. Inhale, don't sink the spine really deep, but let the belly drop. Then on your exhale, really arch that spine up there, tuck the tailbone. Now keep the tailbone tucked. push yourself back into child's pose. Oh boy, this is such a wonderful thing for those of us that have back pain with spinal stenosis. Drop your crown of your head wherever it can be and gently rest your elbows downward. Now, obviously, if you have hip and knee issues that don't allow you to do this, just go right back to doing that chair exercise we started with. Keeping your chin to your chest, gaze back through your knees, look between your toes. Take a deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. And one more breath here. Nice, deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Excellent. Slowly push yourself up and grab that bolster. Now, you know what? We are doing the exact same thing we just did in sitting. We're just doing it in a little bit more of an advanced position with weight through our legs now. So if kneeling, and particularly half kneeling, just doesn't feel like it's the right thing for you to do, once again, guys, you could just go back to that chair. But let's give it a try, because if we've got lots of bony changes in our low back and our spinal movement is really, really limited, the more flexibility we have on our hips, the less nerve irritation we have, and the happier our back is. So we need to do this all over again. Line that hip directly up on top of the knee, left foot, place it up and away as much as you need to have balance. I love to use a bolster for balance here. So use a bolster on your left side if you need it. If you're like, you know what, my balance is good, then don't use the bolster. Just place your left hand onto your left thigh. Right hand up onto that pelvis again. Now, in this position, take a deep inhale. As you exhale, tuck that tailbone back under. Feel the stretch. Do you feel the stretch more when there's weight through your leg? Maybe you do. Okay, 3 slow belly breaths. Nice deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. All right, one more. You've got this deep, slow inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Wonderful. Release your pelvic tilt. Drop your left knee down and bring your right foot up. As you drop your left knee down and bring your right foot up, allow yourself to once again get that alignment, hip on top of knee, right foot up and away. Have it so that you feel like you've got good balance. Use your bolster for support, and or you can place your hand onto your right thigh, whichever works better for you. But take the left hand up onto the pelvis so you can really feel that the pelvis is actually moving. Take a nice deep inhale in. Then as you exhale, tuck that tailbone under. Feel that stretch. Holding it right here. Nice deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Okay, come on. We got 2 more breaths here. Give it deep and low. Nice deep inhale in. Exhaling out. And one more breath. Nice deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Wonderful. Okay, drop that left knee down. Take that bolster and place it somewhere in the center of your yoga mat, because we need to get on it. All right. So I've taught you how to open up your spine and give your nerves space in sitting. We've done cat pose going into child's pose, which opens up your spine and gives your nerves some space. Now I'm going to show you the exact same thing that you can do over a bolster. Now, what is the benefit of doing it over a bolster? You have gravity working with you. You will allow yourself to be inverted, so all of your guts move north, which allows you a better opportunity to get your spine moving. So place your bolster somewhere in the center of your yoga mat. Bring it so that you've got your hips. Doesn't matter if you get on the right or left side of your yoga bolster, but have your hips close to the edge of it, and then gently drop yourself down onto your shoulder and then roll yourself over onto your back. Now, as you get into this position, really check in. This is the best clue that I can help you with. Check in that you feel like your waistband matches up with the top of the bolster. That allows you to have the pelvis on the bolster, but the lumbar spine free to move. All right. So we're going to start with a nice simple knees to chest here. So just basically a reverse child's pose. If you've got some cranky knees or knees that have limited range of motion, just hold behind your thighs as you pull your knees to your chest. If your knees have good availability for range of motion, hold the shin bones as you pull your knees into your chest. All right, take a nice deep inhale into your belly. And then as you exhale, pull those knees nice and tight into your chest. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Nice, slow, deep inhale into your belly. And then as you exhale, pull those knees nice and close into that chest. One more breath here. Deep inhale in. And slowly exhale, knees to chest. All right, third opportunity to open your hips here. Now, this is a vulnerable position for a lot of people with spinal stenosis if they start moving their hips, because they can get into their back really easy. So I'm going to show you the easiest way to open up the front of your hips without creating too much stiffness or pressure into your low back. So go ahead and keep your left knee to your chest here. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, just place the right foot on the floor. Okay, if you cannot even get your right foot to the floor, your hips are tight, your back is unhappy, so just go to where you feel comfortable. We're not going any further than this. But keep yourself in this position, and here's what you're going to do. With your right foot on the floor, take an inhale and push the foot down into the floor. Those are called your glutes. You lost them likely a decade ago. Keep pushing. Now with your left knee, as you exhale, pull your knee to your chest. You got it. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, push the right foot down, fire your glutes. Exhale, pull your left knee into your chest. Inhale, push that right foot down onto the floor. Exhale, pull that left knee into your chest. You've got it. Okay, let's repeat that on the opposite side. So take an inhale, bring your right knee to your chest. As you exhale, lower your left foot to the floor. If one side feels completely different than the other, just meet yourself where you are today, but get to the foot to the floor if you can. Okay, so here we are on the opposite side. So let's find our glutes first. So simply take an inhale, push the left foot down into the floor. You'll feel your glutes as you open up your hip. Then as you exhale, pull your right knee up and into your chest. Good, let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, push that left foot down. Exhale, pull that right knee into your chest. Okay, 1 more time here. Inhale, push that left foot down. And then as you exhale, push that right knee into your chest. Beautiful job, guys. Okay, slowly inhale as you bring your left knee into your chest. As you exhale, both knees back into your chest again. All right, one nice slow deep inhale here. Deep inhale in, and then exhaling out. One more time, deep inhale in, and exhaling out. All right, so we're done with the bolster. The easiest thing to do is just to roll the bolster down and away from you, but do what works best for you. While you're moving the bolster down and away from you, make sure that you've got your yoga strap somewhere near, because we're going to be using it in just a few short minutes here. Okay, now you're resting on your yoga mat. I bet you your back already feels better and more relaxed, right? So we're going to do just a couple of openings through our hamstrings and our hips, the things that tend to get short and tight because we've overused our back for too much. So let's start with a simple figure 4 stretch here. So take your right ankle and bring it up and over your left knee. Now, it might just be that if your hips are really tight, your knee is really close to your hip right now. So if that's the case, all that you're going to work on doing is gently pushing your knee away from you. You'll feel the opening through the outside of the hip. If you have ample flexibility through your hips, take an inhale and bring the left knee up until you can get a hold of the left leg. If you're like, I so want to do that, but I just don't have the flexibility, guys, that's where this yoga strap comes into play. So you can put the yoga strap behind your leg and lift it up just to where you can and meet yourself right there. Then hold the strap with the left hand, right hand. Now you've got access to push your knee out. So you've got 3 different options to do figure 4 stretch. I would pick whichever one meets you where you are today. Okay, so with your left knee towards your chest, holding the strap with the left hand or your left foot on the floor. Let's take the focus now to our right hip. So gently take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, push the right knee away from you. Find that opening through the outside of your right hip. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin here, and we're going to stay here for 3 slow belly breaths. So nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Finally, slow deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Lower the left foot down if it was up off the floor, and then uncross the right leg, left ankle up and over the right knee. Now, same deal here. If your knee is really high up, then chances are you won't be able to lift your right foot off the floor. So you're just going to work on gently pushing the left knee away. However, if you can bring the left or the right knee towards your chest and you can hold it, great. That's where you do figure 4. If you just can't quite reach it, then grab that yoga strap and bring that yoga strap around the right thigh and hold it with your right hand so that your left hand can push your left knee away. Okay, here we go. So wherever you are, keep the right knee nice and steady. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Take a deep inhale in, and as you exhale, push the left knee away from you. Hold everything right there. Let's do 3 belly breaths. Nice deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Wonderful job. Slow, deep inhale into the belly one last time. And exhaling out. You got it, guys. Okay, take that right foot down, uncross that left leg. All right, we've got one more thing to do. So I just want to talk to you for a quick second before we do this about hamstrings. So if you do have a lot of spinal stenosis and the pain is primarily in your back, you have many, many options for stretching your hamstrings. If you have spinal stenosis and you've got nerve pain in your legs, oftentimes doing advanced yoga poses where you're really moving the leg up and around are contraindicated, meaning you're putting more tension into those nerves. So I want to show you the absolute easiest way to create length in the hamstrings, give your nerve a little bit of flexibility, but not cause your nerve pain to be worse. Okay, so right hand behind the right knee, and gently bring the right knee to the chest. Slide the left leg down. In this position, take your right toes, point them up towards your head. Now take a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, pull your right knee into your chest nice and tight. If you feel like you just can't hold it there, grab that strap and pull that knee even tighter. All right, so here's the best way to do hamstrings if you've got nerve pain in your legs. Simply just straighten your knee until you feel a little bit of tension. So as you inhale, straighten your knee. You feel tension, don't go any further. As you exhale, relax it. Tension can be in the calf behind your knee and your foot, or even in your hamstring. Inhale, straighten. Exhale and relax. One more time here. Inhaling and straighten. And exhale and relax. You've got it. Okay, take an inhale, slide that left leg up. As you exhale, release the right foot to the floor. Okay, left knee to the chest. Hold that knee to the chest with your hands. Grab the strap if you need it. Take the right leg, lower it straight down. Take a nice deep inhale here, and as you exhale, really snugly pull that knee to the chest as much as you can get it. Take the toes, point them up again. All right, so take an inhale, straighten the knee. The knee stays to the chest, but where do you feel the tension? Wherever it starts, Immediately then exhale and drop the knee back down. Inhaling, straightening the knee. Only to tension, please. Exhale, relax it back down. One final time. Inhaling and exhaling. You got it. Beautiful job. Right leg, inhale it, slide it up. Left leg, release it to the floor. Okay, a typical yoga class is ended with a spinal twist and a savasana. So spinal twisting is not necessarily a bad thing, but if you've got very, very tight nerves, doing end range spinal twisting can sometimes irritate nerves. So I just want to show you a nice, simple, and easy way that you can do spinal twisting, increasing mobility of your low back without creating too much pinching onto those nerves. So take your feet and walk both of your feet to the left edge of your yoga mat. As you do that, you'll feel that there's just a tiny little bit of rotation of your pelvis kind of down and to the right. So you're already predisposing yourself into a little bit of rotation. If you feel some stretching into the right side of your low back here, wonderful, that's what we want. Then in this position, take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, just slowly let your knees start to fall downwards towards the right side. So you take a lot of the side bend and a lot of the nerve tension out of the equation when you do a spinal twist this way. So knees are together, knees are gently falling downward towards the floor. Then allow yourself, if you like, to let your arms come out to the side of you, lengthen your neck, and just let your head turn to the left. Okay, now in this position, take a nice deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. And then slow, deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. All right, so unrotate the head, bring it back to the center. Slowly unrotate the legs and bring them back over so they're at the left side of your yoga mat. Now walk your feet all the way over to the right edge of your yoga mat. As you do that, it creates just a tiny bit of side bend, but you're going to be rotating in what's called neutral. So there's not a lot of extension in this rotation. Okay, so in this position, feel that your pelvis is somewhat dropped down and to the left. That's the position you want to start in. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, just gently drop your knees downward towards the left. Nice and easy spinal rotation that doesn't include a lot of extension here. Okay, same idea. Bring your arms up and out to the side or goalpost arms, whichever you prefer. And then lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and rotate your head towards the right. Okay, deep inhale into your belly here. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. You got it. Gently unrotate your head. Slowly bring those knees back upward and then walk your feet back to the center of your mat. Okay, take one knee at a time back to your chest. Open up that low back and those hips one last time. Take your knees and your feet hip distance apart. Take a deep inhale into your belly. And then as you exhale, pull your knees into your chest. Slow, deep inhale into the belly. And then as you exhale, knees to chest. Beautiful. Now just drop your feet back down onto the yoga mat. The ending of yoga class is nice and simple. It is what is called savasana or corpse pose, where we lay ourselves down on the yoga mat and try to rest and relax our body. Well, if you have a lot of low back spinal stenosis and you lay your legs straight, you just started pinching on those nerves, you're going to feel that back pain, you're going to feel that leg pain. So just a little hint from the physical therapy world, if you're going to be in savasana, always keep your knees bent. So you can keep your knees bent and gently let your knees fall together. You can keep your knees bent and gently let your legs fall out to the side. Or if you want to, you can keep your knees bent, grab that bolster, and rest it underneath your thighs. However you do it, savasana looks differently if you have a lot of spinal stenosis, because you never want to really straighten out your legs. It just puts too much compression into those nerves. All right, so pick knees together, knees apart, or a bolster underneath your legs, and then rest your arms out to the side of you. Lengthen your neck, rest your tongue to the roof of your mouth, close your eyes, and we're going to do 3 slow, deep inhales and exhales here.
Nice deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. And one more time, slow, deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. Beautiful. All right, gently move your fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles, and very gently bend your knees up. If the bolster's there, your feet might be on the bolster, but let yourself turn over and roll onto your side. Okay, quick trick for getting up from a side lying position without hurting or using your back. It is what I call the 1, 2, 3. So 1, push into your elbow. 2, push into your hand. 3, push into the opposing hand as you get yourself upright. It is that easy. Okay, find yourself in a nice seated position just for a breath and to close our class. Hands to your heart, smile on your face, take a deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Namaste. The highest in me salutes the highest in you. Thank you for joining me.